What's good, everybody? Tell me if y'all can hear me out there. What is good? What up, Dave? How you doing? Let me get some people in the building. If you're in the building, shout out your name, whatever. We're gonna talk some Cowboys football today. Terry Turner, what's good? What you said? Who knew Donovan Wilson was going to be the truth? What's up, Billy Delaney? I mean, Lee Norman, new member. What's good with you? I mean, I knew he was. I thought he could be good. I mean, I made a video about him over the summer, a detailed video about him over the summer, saying that I think he could be a player. I thought he could be a huge asset. I liked him when they drafted him out, even though he was a 6th-round pick. I felt there was something to him. He had 5 interceptions in one season at Texas A&M. He was a hitter. He was a known hitter. And even when we had Dave Hellman on the show, when we had Brian Broaddus on the show, I asked both of those guys specifically, why can't Donovan Wilson get on the field? And they told me there's a reason why that he can't get on the field. Obviously, the last staff didn't let him play. I was like, you had nothing to lose. I said, you know, they said this staff is not letting him play, so it must be he must not be ready. And then, you know, we heard, you know, Darian Thompson, whatever. I just lost my train of thought. I'm sorry, but I kept beating the table for this kid because I thought he could be a player. I thought he could do something. And now we're finally seeing when he got extended playing time, when he finally got on the field. Even Mike Nolan was talking about backups for a reason. But guess what? I think when we look at this staff, they maybe misevaluated a few people, or maybe didn't think a few people were ready. But sometimes when they get that opportunity and get more playing time, you see the change. So kudos to Donovan Wilson, been doing his damn thing. I call him defensive player of the game yesterday, for real. What up, Sally? How you doing? Joe Tranchino from Italy. What's good with you? Carlos Montana. What up with you, big dog? Mr. and Mrs. Caller, how you doing? Get on up in here on both fronts. But yeah, man, it's you know, we're gonna talk about a lot of things today. I'm gonna be a little bit today. I got a lot of things I want to discuss. What's up, Gambino? You see the Cash App. If you want to holler at your boy on the Cash App, you can do that as well if you choose. But let's start with, hey, we got the victory. I called it. I'm not patting myself on the back, but I knew we could beat Minnesota just like I thought we could beat Philadelphia. I thought we could beat all these teams, but when we were playing bad, you didn't think we could beat anybody when wasn't no effort. But once now we're seeing some effort on the field, we're seeing guys settling down, maybe getting a little bit better. What they said, maybe simplifying the defense, or maybe guys actually starting to learn it now after a few weeks in the system. Looks like it's finally starting to come together, and the coordinators is putting their although I have a beef with one thing, but looks like they're putting them in the position to succeed and make plays, and guys looks like they're finally coming together. As I said before, I thought we could beat Philadelphia. I thought we could beat Pittsburgh if we could just show some offense. And I definitely felt like we could beat Minnesota, and it wasn't an upset to me. I said it wasn't an upset. They had won 3 in a row, but they were 1-5. They were also, you know, they beat a Packers team who, I'm not saying they're frauds, but maybe I think they're a little overrated. They got beat last night by a good Colts team, but I think they're a little overrated. Bears and Lions, we saw what they are. We know what the Lions are. So I'm like, yeah, we can definitely beat them. Ain't no upset. And you know what? We went into Minnesota. We have been 0 for everything on the road. This is the first road win for the Dallas Cowboys this season. So that was good in the aspect of they show resilience. Andy Dalton came in after playing not good, get knocked out with the concussion and COVID, and we saw the big issue with the offensive line. You know, with not fighting for him in Washington, it was a big ho-hum, and a lot of people were going back and forth. Should you start Dalton? Should you start Go Gadget Gilbert? What should you do? Me personally, I didn't carry the way, really. I thought Dalton would come back and play better this game just because we saw at the end Zack Martin was kicked out at right tackle. Connor McGovern, we're going to talk about all that. But just right there gave him a chance. And he's a veteran. And Dallas was playing better. And all we needed was some protection. And that protection held up against the Steelers, against a pretty good defensive front. And I think only allowed one sack, maybe two sacks, I think. But you saw that if, he could get some time, he could do some damage because he has played in this league and has made plays. And we still have offensive weapons. Still have Ezekiel Elliott, still got Tony Pollard, still got CeeDee Lamb. You still got Amari Cooper. You still got Michael Gallup. Dalton Schultz has played better. He had 4 catches for a touchdown yesterday. So you had weapons. You just needed some protection on that front line. You need some run blocking. You needed some protection. And now we're starting to actually finally start seeing that. Now we're seeing what it really could be like and look like, And let's go through some stats right quick. So for the game, individual stats, Andy Dalton was 22 of 32 for 203 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 1 interception. We saw the one ugly interception. I think he was trying to throw off his back foot, but that was a great play by Hendricks. He's a good linebacker. On the running front, and we'll break all this down. Ezekiel Elliott, 21 carries for 103 yards. He had a long of 18. Tony Pollard, TP, can I get a witness? 5 carries, 60 yards, 1 touchdown, 42 was the long when he had the explosive run. That's why you want to have him in that offense. That's why you want to play him. On the receiving front, Amari Cooper led the team with 6 catches, 81 yards. Coop back in the front. Coop's steady. Coop does what he does. He's a steady guy. He's still a number one. We've all talked about that. But CeeDee Lamb is too. I don't give a hell. But he did what he did. We saw CeeDee Lamb 4 catches, 34 yards. That one ridiculous one-handed grab, making great of the 88, just bringing down the name of the 88. Dalton Schultz had 4 catches for 25 yards, but it had that good slick touchdown at the end, the game winner. And also, kudos to not just the Cowboys' resiliency, fighting back and not giving it up, but shout out to that 4th down. We had a critical 4th down that they had to get to even score the touchdown to win the game. And that was huge. That was a huge 4th down catch from Dalton to Amari Cooper. That wasn't a easy throw, and that wasn't an easy catch. So shout out to right there. So let's just talk specifically with that offense involved. All right. Specifically with this offense. Shout out to Jamal Sims. What up with you, big dog? Apollo the leader. I'm going to say not just Donovan Wilson won the game. I'm going to say the whole defense still fought, and the whole team won the game. I'm going to say one person won the game. What up? Alone Jet, why are coaching staff so stubborn? You see the personnel need to be changes around the potential success. What the hell? Well, this is what I'm going to say about this staff, you guys. And this is just my opinion kind of on it. As I said before, I've been frustrated with Terrence Steele being in there. We were frustrated when you had Daryl Worley. We were frustrated about Dante Poe. We were frustrated about Everson Griffin. We've been frustrated about damn near everybody on the team, from the offensive line to the running backs to the linebackers to the secondary. We've been frustrated with everybody. But what I will say is this about the staff, and I'm going to keep saying this, that, I'm not going to want to keep talking about the old regime, but as bad as all this stuff has been, that old regime would have never did have the stuff that's going on right here. And yeah, we say, man, well, it took them 10 weeks to do this. We're all sitting outside on the outside looking in saying you should make that change. I get that. I totally get that. But what I am saying is what they say, better late than never. Yeah, definitely better late than never. Because you'd be mad if you catch Terrence Steele in the whole damn year. You'd be mad if you kept a Daryl Worley on the team. You've been mad if you kept Dante Poe on the team. You've been mad if you kept Everson Griffin if he wasn't doing anything. You know what I mean? You would be mad if Mike Nolan, who was up in the booth, didn't come down on the field and start communicating with the players better. You'd be mad if they didn't make changes along the offensive line. You would still be mad about all that if that never happened. But as bad and as frustrated I have been, not really with McCarthy and them. Mike Nolan, I said you can fire him if not. You can keep him if you don't. You can fire him now. I'm really not tripping off of Mike Nolan because he wanted to do something different. He's doing multiple schemes anyway. But the whole point of it is the staff. Hey ho, a lone jet with the 299 holla. Appreciate you, big dog. Appreciate you out there. But the main thing is they did make the changes. Okay. Joe Looney got hurt, came back and he played good. But Tyler Biadasz, they moved him right in and they kept him in. Also, we've seen, like I said, they got rid of Poe. Gallimore started getting more reps. Justin Hamilton started getting more reps. Antoine Woods wanted to be that starter like he wanted to be at the beginning of the season. He's played with the attitude. Guys have played better since they subtracted Poe. Now you had an Everson Griffin who is over with the Lions now. They subtracted him and they cut half his salary and got a draft pick out of it. Now Randy Gregory is playing better. Now you got somebody on that right side that you can hopefully get a Bradley and I in there soon. But you saw the difference along the front. DeMarcus Lawrence has gotten healthier, but they have made changes. Like you said, they cut a Darryl Worley. Now they moved in and moved out cornerbacks. Do we say our cornerbacks are great? We saw Anthony Brown as Anthony Brown. Jordan Lewis did his thing yesterday. Cheeto just coming back from like a 7-day hiatus. I'd expected him to struggle a little bit. But we see that they are coming and making changes. They're not sitting on their hands saying, no, we got this. We're just going to roll. We got them. We're going to figure this out and we're going to do it. They have subtracted people. They have elevated people. Donovan Wilson, like I said, I've been screaming for him since the time he's been the 3 interception preseason. I said, let's get him some looks. He couldn't get there. I was frustrated. I was like, why can't this staff play him now? You got Darian Thompson, who's the worst rated safety in the NFL per Pro Football Focus. And Xavier Woods, we've seen him. He is not the answer. Yesterday, he had a wide open interception, even on the overthrow, hit his hands and he dropped it. He's not the guy. He was a 6th-round pick too, but you get what I'm saying? We were frustrated. You said Dix was not good at all, and you cut him. So we're like, why can't you get a Donovan Wilson? And so I understand the frustration. Terrence Steele is getting obliterated on the right side. He gave up 7 sacks, 32 pressures. Guys are getting killed. They're not getting time for the quarterbacks to be able to make plays. So you know what? They said, okay, let's finally do it. You kick Zack Martin right out to right tackle. Connor McGovern showed. I was frustrated. Connor McGovern showed in that Washington game. He showed how good he could be. He played great against that Washington front, clean across the board. When he got significant snaps, and I posted this on the page, when he got significant snaps between Arizona, Washington, and Minnesota, and I've been on the Connor McGovern train from day one, he has been clean the last 2 games. No sacks, no pressures, no hurries, no hits. 2 games, significant snaps. Play that man. You're like, why hasn't he played? He should have been playing. He's a 3rd-round pick. He's a mauler. He's a natural left guard. People have been frustrated about Connor Williams. But guess what? When I look at Connor Williams, I get frustrated because he doesn't have that natural strength. But when you look at his stats, he's having his best season. This is his best season. Hey, ho, shout out to Dirk W for the 199 holla. I'm going to answer that right quick. He's asking, why is Dorrance Armstrong Jr. out there? Paul Johnson with the $5 donation. Hey ho, with the $5 holla. He says, do you think they will sign or let Dak walk? Or then also Anthony Brown has to go today. He's terrible. I'm gonna answer both of those questions right quick. But what I want to say this about Connor Williams. We had Duke Manyweather. And, I kind of challenged Duke. I said, you know what? I feel what you say about Connor Williams, but I still think Connor McGovern needs to play. And I don't think he's a career backup. I think he has potential because, really, this is Connor McGovern's rookie year. He got nothing last year. Nothing. He tore his chest before he got anything of anything. So this is really his rookie year. So he is banging out his rookie year. He didn't play no field, nothing, no preseason, no nothing. He got nothing, smelled nothing. So he is a rookie. Going out there clean against 2. I mean, Minnesota's front's not like what used to be. Okay, it's not. But that Washington front was good, but he's been clean across the board. But Connor Williams, as I said before, he's having his best season. He's only given up 2 sacks this whole year. He gave up 1 against Pittsburgh, and before that, he didn't give up 1 in Seattle. So he went like 5-6 weeks without a sack. He's having a career low in pressure, 17, a career low in hurries. He's having a career year across the board. So I can't hate on Connor Williams. Okay. The problem is, are they going to think about maybe, are they going to keep Connor Williams is a 2nd-round pick. Connor McGovern is a 3rd-round pick. Or, when La'el Collins comes back, Tyron Smith comes back, that's where you're going to say what's going to happen, because you've seen Zack Martin. That's what they got to figure out, but that's down the line. Right now, I just like the way it's headed. But quick question, right quick. Dirk W says, why is Armstrong Jr. still out there? I don't know. I think the only reason why Dorrance Armstrong Jr. was out there yesterday. What up, Thomas Howard? What up? What up? How you doing? But I think the only reason why Dorrance Armstrong Jr. got significant snaps, because I think he got 53% of snaps. Bobby Bell posted a thing, and Randy Gregory only got like 27% of the snaps. If you look at a lot of the runs from Dalvin Cook yesterday, his run chart, his biggest runs, I'm going to look at that right now. Dalvin Cook's biggest runs yesterday were on Dorrance Armstrong Jr.'s side. Okay, because Dalvin Cook had 27 carries for 115 yards, right? But on his rush chart, Dorrance Armstrong Jr. played on that right side, okay? And wide left, which was Dorrance Armstrong Jr.'s side, that's where Cook had 9 carries for 62 yards. So that's frustrating to me as well. Anywhere else, 2 attempts over inside left, 10 yards. Inside right, 8 attempts, 14 yards. Wide right, 8 attempts, 29 yards. So he didn't really get the significant runs on that other side, except where Dorrance Armstrong Jr. was. And for the life of me, I tried to stay with Dorrance Armstrong Jr. I was backing him all last year. Camp thought he was going to be good. He was wrecking shop. I was like, he could be somebody. He didn't do anything this year. I'm like, hey, I made a video on him. I said the time is ticking on him. He's got to show something this year, or he's not going to be here. And once again, he was not holding up in the run game. He was not setting the edge. He's only had like 10 or 11 tackles on the whole season. I don't think he's your guy for the future. Why don't you have Bradley and Nye out there? Why don't you stick him out there? Ronald Carter, figure that out. But since I guess he's more of a veteran, that's why he plays. Only reason why I think he played more snaps than Randy Gregory, because Randy Gregory had the illness. That's the only thing I'm thinking, because it doesn't make any sense that he's still getting significant snaps, especially when they attacked him in that run game. They kept continually going to his side because he was a weak link. They got to figure that out. Hey ho, Young Wilson with the 199. Holla, what up, what up, what up? Yeah, we got to get that, Young. But it is what it is with that. I don't know if they're ever gonna, figure it out. But what up, Solomon Page? How you doing, baby? Keep on coming in the building. We got good stuff in here. Yeah, Jamal. I don't know. See, my thing is maybe they battle it out, but my thing here's if they trying to they're still 4th in the draft with the 3-7 record. I like Conan Williams. I don't hate him. Especially, I got to give him credit. He's steadily got better, and this is his best year. Connor McGovern is the deal. I thought he was the deal, and I think he's continuing to prove he's going to continue to get better as the more snaps he gets. Zack Martin, he played tackle in college. He can play tackle in the NFL, but he's a devastating guard. La'el Collins come back. If he's fully healthy, you got Brandon Knight. That's definitely proved that he can be a flex for your left or right side. Terrence Steele, as garbage as he plays this year, if you get him in the weight room, if you get him stronger, he has the potential to be better as a swing tackle. Okay. Cam Irving, he ain't going to be here for the future, but he has played good on the left side. But my thing is, you got these guys now. Do you draft that Sewell kid with the unknown of Tyron Smith? You're going to have a lot of questions on this offensive line. And can one of them guys be trade bait? Would you say, hey, we maybe got an abundance? Let's dangle one of these guys and see who needs an offensive lineman. I don't know, but they're going to have to figure that out, because Connor McGovern has to stay on the field. Tyler Biadasz has to stay on the field. Conan Williams, I can't say remove him off the field. I can't. You know what I'm saying? I cannot say Connor Williams sucks and he's got to go, because he's not. He's not playing bad at all this year. He's playing very well. We just happen to see. And do I say I don't think Connor Williams is that natural power guy, and that's why I get frustrated with him. But he's very athletic, and he's not trash. Just people who don't watch the tape say he's trash, but he's not trash. What up, Boothang? Lee Norman asks, do you still want to see the Cowboys win the division and make a play? I mean, I don't. I'm gonna be very honest with you guys. I don't, and understand how I'm saying this. I don't really. I'm not caring about the division. I want this team to just keep fighting and playing hard the way it is. If they win the division, great. I don't think the Cowboys are going to do anything if they win the division in the playoffs. I just don't think they are. If they were to, that would be freaking great. I don't think they're going to do anything if they were to miraculously get in the playoffs because the division just sucks so bad. So I don't really care about the division. If they win it, cool. If they don't, I don't care. I just want to see them continue to play like they are playing right now these last 3 games. That's the main thing I want to see. These guys continue to fight because, as I said it before, why wouldn't you guys want to see this? That people talking about team tank and all this. I want to say team win for the simple fact that I want these guys playing for Mike McCarthy. People were dogging Mike McCarthy, saying that players already quit on him, fire him. How many people I was hearing saying fire Mike McCarthy after 6 or 7 games? You get what I'm saying? Fire Mike Nolan. I've been on the train saying I've not been on the train fire him, but I'm like, if you wanted to, I don't care. But I'm also let them work it out, figure it out. You know what I'm saying? But main thing is give Mike McCarthy a chance. You know what I mean? And that's what I like that I'm seeing from the team. They're fighting. That's what I want to continue to see. Fight, fight, fight. Jamal Sims asked me, who is my best 5? Are you talking with Tyron Smith and Leo Collins? Because if you're asking me who's the best 5 with those guys, that's going to be tough because definitely Tyron Smith is definitely Leo Collins at your right tackle. Is definitely Zack Martin at your right guard. Is definitely, in my opinion, Tyler Biadasz. Joe Looney can be there as a career backup. I'd love to keep him there. And then I think somebody may have said it. Let Connor Williams and Connor McGovern fight it out. That'd be a great fight. I favor Connor McGovern over Connor Williams as the natural guard. But I don't hate on Connor Williams for that. You know, I'm gonna be like Connor Williams sucks. I'll put Connor. But I just like Connor McGovern. I want to see him. I think that he's that natural, strong, brute guard that you need in the run game, and you solve the holes. I mean, let's just keep it real. When I go back and look what Ezekiel Elliott did when we were looking at Dalvin Cook. Now, here's the thing: Ezekiel Elliott had 21 carries for 103 yards. Here was his attempts: wide left, 3 attempts, 15 yards. That's 5 yards carry. Inside left where Connor McGovern is, okay, and Joe Looney played well as well. 6 carries, 33 yards. All right. When we go inside where Connor McGovern was, Looney and McGovern inside. 5 attempts, 25 yards, 5 yards a carry. And then out wide right, where you saw Zack Martin playing his ass off like he does, 7 attempts for 30 yards. So it was balanced across the board, but you see a lot of his good, strong runs was inside left and inside right, where Connor McGovern and Connor Williams both were. So you can't be mad at either one of those things when you're looking at the line. So it's tough. I can't even front. It's tough because both of them are playing good. Connor McGovern is going to continue to be better. But if I had a choice, I would go with McGovern just because I feel like he's the natural mauling guard that you want. What up, Obi-Wan Kenobi? So it feels good right there, right? Right? And then let's talk about while we're still talking about this offense, because like I said, Dalton Schultz, he's a solid number 2. I've been was not ripping him, but I'm like, come on, dog. Dalton Schultz ain't nobody special, and I still don't think he's anybody special. I'm keeping it real. I think he's a number 2 tight end. I don't think anything special, but he's doing his damn job, and he's shown that he can play a number 1 for a little bit. Would I still look at a tight end in the draft? You got a good athletic one? Yep, I still would. I wouldn't draft one high, but I can get a good athletic tight end. I'm still going to look at that position to upgrade it. Even with Blake Jarwin come back, I'm still want to get some more speed out there at the tight end position. But I like the way Schultz is playing. But what was I going to say? When we're talking about this offense as a whole, I mean, y'all can hate on Kellen Moore you want. I ain't been hating on Kellen Moore, and I told y'all this. This is what I've been saying. Just my opinion and my belief. I believe when the Cowboys brought Kellen Moore over, they already had their sights to him being the head coach. That's just my opinion. I feel like they wanted to have him like a Garrett in waiting type thing and groom him like they groomed Garrett, and to have him start at the offensive coordinator, have him he's young, having the young mind, and just let him grow into the position. Now, I know you got Mike McCarthy there, but he's for 5 years. We'll see how that goes. But I still feel like they still want to keep Kellen Moore in the fold, and they don't want to lose him. And I feel like they will want him to be the eventual coach. I just feel that in my heart. I feel like that's what they brought him in there for. And, I feel like they're going to pay any kind of money to keep him. I really feel like, Mike McCarthy said I was going to keep Kellen Moore regardless. I don't believe all that. I believe that staff was like, that front office was like, you keeping Kellen Moore here. You can do whatever you want, but you keep Kellen Moore here. We want him here. So, and when you seen that game yesterday, like I said, Kellen Moore has not been perfect, but we also got to look at Kellen Moore has had 4 different quarterbacks. I'm making no excuses for this young man, but he's had 4 different quarterbacks. Dak, he's had Danucci, Garrett Gilbert, and now and Andy Dalton. So he's had to have a game plan for all 4 of those guys, all different 4 of those guys to make the game plan fit for the team. Has it been goofy at times? Yes, he's made some goofy plays. But for the most part, this offense is still one of the top offenses in the league. Number one, because of Dak Prescott and what he was bringing to the table, but they still are tops. And now you've seen 2 back-to-back games where they're scoring over 20 points. Okay, and you saw that great play call in down in the red zone with that Dalton Schultz touchdown. That was fire. That pitch off where Ezekiel Elliott on the option where he pitched it to I believe it was a CD for that touchdown. Dog, that I like the innovation. He's continuing to get better. I don't want to lose a Kellen Moore, especially I think he's good for the team. I think he's going to continue to grow. This is only his 2nd season. Okay, and I believe he has a lot to offer, and he's going to continue to get better. And we haven't had a booty or trash offense since he's been the offensive coordinator. That's not the truth. Is it your addiction, or are you trading or re-signing Gallup? That's kind of tough. That's kind of tough. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't want to just get rid of players. I brought the situation up with Amari Cooper that he has a tradable contract if they wanted to get rid of him. Um, uh, that's tough because Gallup hasn't had that great year. To me, I always said he was a secondary receiver. I didn't feel like he was a number one. I felt like he's a solid number 2, and that's what he needs to be because I don't feel like he is that guy. Ain't no shade on him. That's my opinion. I feel like Michael Gallup's damn good, but I don't think he's that number 1 guy. I think he was all good when he's got a Cooper or a CeeDee Lamb. You know what I'm saying? But I would look at things. If some team came at me with some good stuff, I would look into it. I don't know if I would trade, but I would look into it. I'll just say that. As far as re-signing, I would definitely re-sign, but he wouldn't get signed to no mega contract because of what I feel like he is a number 2, and he's going to be a secondary receiver for me, so he's not going to get that crazy money if I was an owner. But I would definitely look. That don't mean I would give him away, but I would look into if somebody came with me with some offers. That's always you should always be doing that. That doesn't mean you give away a player or you trade a player, but if somebody comes and asks you something. I'm okay. I'm gonna listen to it. I don't like what you're saying. Bye. That's what it is. Young Wilson says, "Talk about that Donovan Wilson hit." I mean, y'all saw it. I got the. I made. I said Donovan Wilson laying there. Whoa. Yeah, he laying there. Whoa. Yeah, he was laying there. Whoa, for real. Um, like I said, Donovan Wilson, man, I've been on his train. Some people probably been on it harder than me, but when they drafted him, I liked him. I just hope that he's not the Xavier Woods because if we remember, Xavier Woods was drafted in the 6th round out of Louisiana Tech, and I had super high hopes for him. And you saw a little bit his first year. You're thinking, okay, and then you see glimpses, but it's just like he's a decent NFL safety, but he's not ever going to be that guy. And I think Dalton Miller, when I had him on the show, and some other people said it, and I agree that we got to understand that Xavier Woods was picked in the 6th round for a reason. So if he's playing the way he's playing like a 6th rounder would be playing. He's not playing extraordinary, anything like that. And Donovan Wilson was a sixth rounder. So I'm gonna be honest with you. I love what I see in Donovan Wilson. He was hitting people when he came in. I mean, with his first game against Cleveland, I think the first two plays he came in and laid the wood on the running back, and we are like, okay, that's what we've been wanting to see. And I think he had a big hit in Arizona. You saw what he did on Carson Wentz when he had the big sack fumble. He had another big hit on the quarterback. Um, uh, uh, Kirk Cousins, and took the ball from him. He's a playmaker. I mean, he had 3 interceptions in the preseason. He's always around the ball. He's a playmaker. He strips that ball. I love him. But don't be cautious. He's a 6th-round pick, so this is only a small sample. I'm not going to sit there and say he's the new stud and Donovan Wilson is our next great. I'm not going to crown him like nothing like that. I need to see this whole season. And I said before, I think Donovan Wilson still needs a lead dog with him. I don't think he's a lead dog. I think he's nasty, but you get him a lead dog safety, and I feel like he's even better. I feel like he's kind of like the Michael Gallup on that defense, but he's been consistent with it. But I don't feel like he's the number one safety. I still think you need a really dog safety. Pair him with the Donovan Wilson, then I'm feeling really good. Yeah, he did have that broke foot, I believe, in Texas A&M. So I think he probably could have won more. Yeah, and I think Gallup's numbers did suffer with Dak, but still, I wouldn't be going overboard with the contract, knowing that I feel like he's a secondary receiver. I'm not going to overpay him. And with Stephen Jones is the head of the money, that's not going to happen regardless. For real, I just don't think so. We'll see how that goes. But what would you guys? I'm gonna ask you guys in the chat right now. What would you grade the offense? We'll do offense first since we are talking. Oh, let me give a shout out before give me your grades and we'll talk about another player. I forgot. I can't believe I forgot this guy. But give me your offensive grade yesterday against those Minnesota Vikings. Offensive grade. But TP, can I get a witness? TP, can I get a witness? I've been screaming for him, y'all. Been screaming, man. Last week, I said, man, Ezekiel had the hamstring. I want to see Tony Pollard get significant snaps because I feel like he can get yards. I'm not saying start him over Zeke. I'm not coming like that. I feel like Ezekiel Elliott should be the starting running back, not just because of salary. I feel like he's more of the workhorse back. I feel like he is more of the brute. He is not the breakaway guy, but I feel like he is still the dog getting them dirty yards. And you seen he was running up the middle. He made one good jump cut to the outside. I think that's when he got his 18-yard gain. But for the most part, Zeke is that ground and pound running back now. So I want him starting because he sets the tone with his physical running. So I'm definitely on that. But the way they're doing it with Tony Pollard, I still like to see him get about 15 touches in the game. He's averaging about 7 carries in this 3-game stretch. He's averaging like 12 yards a carry, 21 carries, 157 yards, 1 touchdown. He had 5 carries for 60 yards yesterday with the big 42-yard run. Get this guy, keep on running that 1-2 combo. The team's better. We continue to get that offensive line blocking like it did, okay? Because the offensive line did hella great. I mean, you saw why Andy Dalton could be a great backup for Dallas because the offensive line finally got together. You got your all-pro Zack Martin out there. Now you got a young dog in McGovern. I love to see when Biadasz gets back out there. Now you're excited again because we had the great wall of China back in the day with the young guys, but they were in a prime. Travis Frederick abruptly leaves. Tyron Smith is hurt. Leo Collins is hurt. So you're like, damn, it's over. But through that hurt, you got to find some young gems. And that's the great thing about it, that you hated that you lost to Leo Collins. You hated that you lost to Tyron Smith. You hated that you lost Travis Frederick due to retirement. You hated all these injuries along the line. But guess what? You found a gem in Connor McGovern. Guess what? You found out Brandon Knight could be your swing tackle for the future. Guess what? You still could work with a Terrence Steele. Guess what? Connor Williams is playing his best football. So in the hurt, you found some good. So that's good going down the line because the game is won in the trenches, y'all. Y'all know that. The game is won in the trenches. And one of the reasons why Dallas looks absolutely pathetic on that 4-game losing streak, the offensive line was playing like trash. It was playing garbage. It wasn't consistent. Now you're getting some consistency out there. Now you see how the team is playing better as a whole. Give me them grades, though. I got some A's. Jim Bob's a C plus, Telly Watts B minus, OPZ Hyper C plus, Jamal Sims B plus, Robert Dredden. I give the offense. He says he give y'all, so he must not be a Cowboys fan. Jeff Curtis B. Who else we got? Felkus Elpley B. Solomon Page A. Keep them coming too early. Where Jim Schwartz at? Oh, he ain't in here. Young Wilson gives a B minus. Oh, is that King? Is that Jim Schwartz? Oh yeah, there you are. What's up, Doc? Eastside Herald? There you are. Did you see that victory, Eastside Herald? Did you see that victory, Jim Schwartz? I ain't even gonna talk about you Philly guys. Y'all ain't even worth it. Y'all ain't worth me talking about y'all, man. But for me, for the offense, my grade would be. I'm gonna give it a B. There was still some plays like they left out there. The interception wasn't good. We could have scored a touchdown in that red zone. We went for the field goal right before half. We had the blocked extra point. So I didn't like those type of things. And we had the special teams blunder if they didn't have the illegal motion. Another special teams blunder where they got the first down. That'd been, I think, like 3. The Giants got 2 for touchdowns taken back, and then they just got that 1. So special teams, I'm going to give a C, B as a whole for the offense. Appreciate you, Jim Schwartz, for the $4.99 holla, dog. Appreciate you, dog. Hey, yeah, somebody asked me about Dak. Eric Sanchez says, James, do you really feel confident Dak will get it done next offseason? No, I don't. I don't. I want to. That's what pisses me off. I want to. That you are stupid as hell. Just in my opinion, to start over with a whole new quarterback that is not proven. I don't care. Them is rookies, dog, and I've been saying that from ever since I've been watching the NFL draft. You don't know what the hell you're gonna get with a rookie. Them can't miss prospects be missing, and them missed products. The ones that they say are garbage and he'll never be good, them the ones that end up being good. So it ain't no science. It ain't no perfect person out there with this draft, these analysts, nothing. You don't know. You just don't know. You can have a great guess of what you think, but you don't know. And with the Cowboys, really, it doesn't make sense to me. I would think that the smart minds of their brains would bring Dak Prescott back. But where I have my doubts is, yeah, like I said, you blame COVID of why you couldn't sign him. You made every damn excuse in the book of why you couldn't get your quarterback paid everybody else. Your guy who did everything for the organization has been lights out and proven that he's your franchise quarterback, but he's still sitting in limbo. There would be no damn reason. If you didn't sign a Dak Prescott for you to draft a rookie quarterback, you're dumb as shit in my head. You're dumb. You don't know. I don't care. I live out here in Ohio currently. Okay, I rep my 817 though, but I live out here currently in Ohio. I see the Buckeyes. Justin Fields is nice, but I ain't putting no Justin Fields or drafting a Justin Fields if it was available or a Trevor Lawrence over no Dak Prescott, dog, and start over and take a good guess and hope this kid can be good. You're crazy. Are they going to do the right thing? They're saying everything in the media, but I don't trust them. I'm going to say they're 75. I'm 75% sure. I think they're going to sign Dak Prescott. I'll say that, but I ain't 100%. But no, I don't trust none of the Joneses say. I don't trust none of the Joneses say, period. At all. Now, and to be very honest, like I said, with the track record, and I've seen these posts. Jerry Jones' track record with drafting quarterbacks high sucks. Remember, this is the guy that wanted to trade multiple picks for Paxton Lynch. This is a guy that liked, what was that quarterback? Jeff something. He played for Michigan State. They thought he was good. They wanted to draft him. Like, you feel me, dog? Like, no. Besides Troy Aikman, and that was Jimmy Johnson, since Jerry Jones has been the helm drafting quarterbacks, it hasn't been good besides getting Dak Prescott. They lucked up with Tony Romo, but I heard he wasn't even on him like that until Parcells and Sean Payton was pushing that. You get what I'm saying? So his track record ain't great getting no quarterbacks, and I don't want his hands on nothing on drafting no quarterback. You better just sign Dak Prescott if you want to keep this shit rolling, for real, because you already got a team in place. Like I said, this team reminds me of the 2015 season where you had some major injuries with Tony Romo and Dez Bryant go down. You had some big injuries. The team fell off, but it was 4-12. But you look back at the team and said, this team ain't terrible, though. This ain't a 4-12 team. You get a couple players, we'll be right back at it. What happened? Dak Prescott came. Ezekiel Elliott came. 13-3. I think this is the same type of thing, in my opinion. I see it. So we don't need to get crazy with thinking we need to start over with a brand new damn quarterback. Sign your guy. You ain't going to kill the cap. You can manipulate it the right way, Steven. Stop being scary and do the right thing. Now let's talk about this defense, folks. No, you can't replace that leadership. This is everything he brings to the table. He's a franchise quarterback. He's a leader in the locker room from day one. The team follows him. He's marketable, Jerry. Dak Prescott is marketable, so that's why you want to sign him. If you're all about the money, then wouldn't you sign a Dak Prescott? Because he's going to bring you hella money back in as far as capital. So that just makes most sense. But let's talk about the defense, because I said the key to the game was the defense. I said for Dallas to win this game, it's got to be the defense. Now, I know Kirk Cousins had his little fun. I still think he's goofy. Kirk Cousins is goofy. I'm never scared of no Kirk Cousins, but he had a great game. But so what? I wasn't scared of no Kirk Cousins like the whole time. Even though 22 of 30, 314 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks, he played great. But I also said in my video that I made Wednesday, I felt like the defense would win this game, and it did, because it came down to a defense possession, and they stopped them. So the defense did win this game, and they made some plays. Did they get a lot of sacks on him? No, but I do like they had a lot of pressure on Kirk Cousins. Didn't get the sacks, but they had a lot of pressures on that defense, and I definitely did like that. I like the pressures that was coming with Kirk, and I felt like the defense was going to take a step back with Diggs being out. Not felt like Diggs would come in and be like the savior, even banging against Thielen or Justin Jefferson. But I felt like Trevor Diggs gives that team that dog type attitude. He gives them that dog, kind of like Donovan Wilson is like the dog in there. He kind of gets everybody hyped up, with them big hits that we like seeing. That's a dog to me, and Trevor Diggs is a dog. I like the way Jordan Lewis was kind of like that dog, but he kind of fell off, even though he made one of the plays of the game at the end with that not great play. But I thought the defense was going to take a step back, the secondary as a whole, with Diggs leaving, and it did. Kirk Cousins kind of did what he wanted, but I still like how the defense fought. Jalen Smith had a sack. I thought Van Der Esch played very well, in my opinion. He had 12 tackles, no injuries. He was meeting people in the hole, filling the whole shed. And I seen a Jalen Smith actually hitting shed. Awuzie had 9 tackles. Van Der Esch had 12. Jalen Smith had 7 tackles, 1 sack. Donovan Wilson was the player of the game, defensive player of the game to me. He had 9 tackles, 2 forced fumbles, and a half sack. D-Law had 4 tackles and a half sack. Sean Lee only had 1 tackle, but I just like his presence. We talk about him. We loved him be the next defensive coordinator, for real. But I like Sean Lee's presence on the field. think he's just that added mind to be able to see things. And I think that's why what he brings to the table, that's why he needs to be our next coach, defensive coach, because I feel like he continues to settle down that defense. But they made some plays at the end of the game. And as I said before, Dalvin Cook didn't go nutty till like really the second half. But like I said, a lot of his runs was on the outside where Dorrance Armstrong Jr. was. Considering going in that middle, even though Gallimore was quiet, Justin Hamilton was quiet, Antoine Woods was quiet, there wasn't a lot of big runs up the middle. So that lets me know they were doing their job. And I'm seeing the highlights right now with this run right now where Cook got a 12-yard gain and Dorrance Armstrong Jr. is getting pushed out the way. They feasted on his side. Figure out. They keep on Mike Nolan, you keep on making these adjustments. Dog, I feel y'all. Make this adjustment. Y'all been doing it. Y'all been making these adjustments. We've been crying and yelling at y'all about. Y'all finally make them. This is the last adjustment you need to make. Dorrance Armstrong Jr. needs to play less. You got him out on coverage, man. Dorrance Armstrong is out on coverage against Irv Smith. I just seen the catch right here. Irv Smith Jr. I just seen the catch. You got him out in coverage. He's getting killed in the run game, and then you got him in coverage. He's not the guy. If you're going to do that, sneak Bradley 9 or figure that out. But, dog, man, that's just killing me right there. So, as I said before, I love how the team is fighting. I love how the team is fighting. I think we can all agree on that, y'all, that we are loving how the team has fought these last 3 games. We can all agree on that. Can I get some fire emojis for that? Just give a shout out to where you're repping to. Let's get some fire emojis for the fight because we was real fresh. I need fire emojis on my Facebook side. I need fire emojis on my YouTube side. We need fire emojis for the effort. Because we were frustrated as hell in this losing streak when we were getting gashed for 300 yards against Cleveland, gashed, looking just awful against the Cardinals, just looking bad. But guess what? This team has fought back. It's given a great fight. And, hey, I ain't tripping if we don't get a high draft pick. I just want them to see it keep fighting like this and these young players keep playing. I ain't tripping off that high pick. It's cool if we got one, but if we were middle, look. We didn't have a high draft pick this past season, right? In 2020, right? With CeeDee Lamb went 19th. It was a godsend. He went, 19th? And this draft looks pretty good, don't it? Right? We're happy about Gallimore. We like Diggs. We like CeeDee Lamb. We want to see Bradley at 9. I don't believe he's going to be whack when he gets in. When he finally gets to play, I think we're going to be like, I believe we'll be saying this about Bradley and I too. It's like, damn, why ain't he been playing? So if he gets in there and if Reggie Robinson gets some significant snaps, I mean, you got half of your draft playing this year, significant snaps. And they didn't have a high draft pick in 2020, and this draft looks good. So yes, I like to have a high draft pick. That's great because you get higher players. You're the top half. You're the top front of the draft every round. So you're going to get those top half of the players. So that's awesome. Yeah, I would love that. But if we don't, we still drafted good in the middle rounds. So, you know. What up, Vaughn from Shreveport? Been a long time, man. Why, John Rico, we need to draft a guard? We got guards. We're good. The only thing that you are drafting on the offensive line, in my opinion, would be a tackle, and that's just because you don't know what's up with Tyron Smith. That's it. And really, Leo Collins with that hip, but especially with a neck. You know what I mean? That's the only way you would be drafting an offensive player, in my opinion, to be a tackle. You don't need a guard. You don't need a center. And you got backups. So you just will look at a tackle. Oh, yes. Shout out to that Apollo the leader. That punter did look good yesterday. He definitely did. What's his name? What's his name? Niswander. Three punts for a 47.3 average with a long of 52. Hell yeah. We've been screaming about Chris Jones being hot garbage. Yeah, that guy they just signed. That's a great look, Paulo the leader. Great look. He three punts, 47 yards, and 52 long. Yeah, I like him. Sorry, Marquette King, you probably not playing with the Cowboys now. Eric Sanchez, do I believe would Donovan Wilson emerge as a strong safety out there of the safeties in the draft? Which safety you believe is a true free safety? I'm gonna keep it real. Um, I'm still looking at my draft stuff. I'm be honest with you. I usually don't look at the draft until toward the end of the year when the bowl games start happening and you can really start getting the player individual evaluations. That's when I start really going hard in the paint. I'm mad as hell that I didn't get to. I was going to the Senior Bowl. I called them 3 days ago. I was going to the Senior Bowl this year. My first time I was going to the Senior Bowl. I was going to be geeked because I seen all the invitations and everything. I'm still going to the Combine. Hopefully this COVID doesn't mess it up. But I was geeked to go to the Senior Bowl, but they said you can't go because of COVID this year, so they're not letting any people except their sponsors and like scouts come. So that's a bummer because I was going to get up close and personal, be able to watch these guys, could be up close and personal, be able to actually watch these safeties. After this COVID shit is over, though, I'm not going to be missing that any longer. I'm going to make sure I'm at every Senior Bowl, period. But that would have gave me a great evaluation then. But we'll see what happens with that. People are brought up Justin Simmons because he may be a free agent, or I would like something like that, somebody young. But I just worry about Stephen Jones because he ain't paying big dollar for people. So I don't know if that's going to happen, and they might just get too geeked up on Donovan Wilson. But you still got to add somebody with that. Eastside Herald. The only reason I haven't opened my phone lines is because there's something wrong with my phone line number. I had some people try to call in and it was not, doing what I wanted. So that's the only reason why don't have the call in line open, but it will be back open ASAP. I just got to figure out why it'll ring in, but it doesn't take the call. So that's the only reason why I don't have the call in line open, but it'll definitely be open. You can definitely jump on there because nobody's listening to the Texans. Your general manager just is wasted away, Deshaun Watson, and you're just going to keep watching him getting destroyed every single year. Oh, please. I ain't even going to recognize you no more, dog. I'll be murdering you in your text messages to you when you always want to hide. You're like the worst, bro. Like you don't talk, you talk only when you win. So you're like the worst kind of fan and the trash talker. You're not a good one because you hide. And I don't respect anyone that hides. You're going to run it all the time. Don't just run it when you win. Run that joker all the damn time because I am. Yeah, I like Cedric Wilson as well. He does a lot of things, a lot of good things. Roger Robles says we got to address why we're not using our running backs on more screens. I mean, you saw the screenplay yesterday. They got a touchdown with it when they put the two tight ends out there and they threw the quick screen pass to Zeke and he scored on a touchdown. I like what Kellen Moore is doing. Can he get better? Yes, but I'm cool with Kellen Moore, and I think he's like I said. The more you get into this and get familiar with the game, and more things start opening up, man. So I'm cool with this offense, man. And I'm cool with our coordinator, and I'm cool with our head coach. I just like continue to see the fight, and All these games, I said Cowboys can win 2, possibly 3. Depends on how this offense looks, and especially this offensive line. But if this offensive line protects, I mean, you can have Dallas really run the table if the defense continues to play decent, and it's not no getting geeked. Oh, now look at you, you won a game, and now you're going to win the division. I can already hear all them hating ass people now, and that's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is that these were never not winnable games. Even when Dallas was playing atrocious, we were just playing atrocious. But them games were all winnable because none of them teams more dominant than us. Dallas just wasn't playing hard. They was not doing the effort. They were missed assignments. They weren't settled down. But let's keep it all the way real, dog. They played Washington Thursday. Washington ain't good. You know what I'm saying? Even when Dallas was butt that game against Washington, they still could have came back and won if we had any resemblance of an offensive line blocking. So you can definitely beat Washington. I would say the only team that you would probably say be difficult would be the Ravens. And that's just because the Ravens got a good defense and they got a strong run game. But they got Lamar Jackson. He ain't no scary throwing quarterback to me, but them damn feet. I think that's where he'll really hurt us. But even then, Dallas could win it. Ain't like, oh, they're gonna lose against Baltimore. Just put it in the L. I'm not gonna say that because Dallas can beat them. And then when you're talking about Cincinnati, they just lost Joe Burrow. I thought the Bengals could beat Dallas for sure. Definitely could, especially with Burrow. I thought he could playing in Cincinnati against Dallas. He'd be geeked, but he out for the year. So I'm definitely saying Dallas is beating him now. And then you got Philadelphia, please. We're definitely whooping their ass. And then then the New York Giants. You can't beat them. They talking about firing Garrett already at the offensive coordinator, dog. So, yeah, all them games is winnable. For real, they can run the table. It's the truth. I mean, they can be had. DAC, what's up with you, dog? But like I said, man, ain't no team out there that's the first thing that's frustrating me about all this, y'all, is that Dak is out and our team and we hurt this year. Because it seems like every time the NFC is ready to be took, something always happening in Dallas. That's my frustrating part. Something's always happening in Dallas. Right when we ready, you could this the time you could take the division. This the time you could take the division. Then you got 32 injuries. You feel me? Because this NFC, I said it the last 2 years, the NFC is not a strong conference. It's not. Look at these teams right now. There ain't no dominant, strong team that you're going to say, ooh, they're going to just run away with the NFC. No, there is not a team in the NFC that could do that. I just don't believe Dalton can win games in the playoffs, but if he did, that'd be great. But when I look at the NFC the last couple of years, the NFC was ripe for the taking, the last 2 years. And the dumb stuff with Garrett, lame duck coach, and then this year with these damn injuries. But when I look at the NFC East, you already know, and then the NFC as a whole, that shit ain't scary. Dallas can win games. That's why I'm frustrated, because we could have run the table. And if Dak Prescott was still playing, dog, man, what? And the defense is playing these 3 games, that if the defense would have gave this effort in these 3 games like it did, you had Dak Prescott there, what? Man, we already winning the NFCs right now, in my opinion. I know it's a lucky guess because you don't know the future, but damn, dog, come on, let's keep it real. We should have beat the Eagles. If you had a Dalton or a Gilbert, they could have beat the Eagles. We put DiNucci in, and we had them. We had the Steelers. Did some plays, so that was an AFC undefeated team, 10-0. So yeah, that was just frustrated that we ain't got our guy. Now, Jacob Dreamvino, oh yeah, that's right, I forgot. The Niners, my bad. I appreciate you mentioning those Niners. Sorry about that, I mentioned Niners. But hey, Jacob, we can beat the Niners too. They got hella injuries, and are they impressive right now? They went to the Super Bowl. Look at them. Them injuries have decimated them, just like us. They're definitely beatable. I mean, come on. So, but thank you for reminding me about San Francisco. But yeah, we can definitely beat San Francisco too. And it's not just hyping the team. It's just look at our look at our team. We are when you look at the team, it doesn't have devoid of talent. Dallas doesn't not have talent on defense. They do. It's about playing together, playing mistake-free football, playing together as a team, and doing what you're. I mean, it's and then you win. The offense, really, offensive line. If the offensive line blocks, we have a chance every single week with a veteran quarterback who's won games and he still has all his explosive offensive weapons. Why can't we win? It's only been the offensive line. When offensive line blocks, guess the hell what? We score points. Appreciate it, Monte Crutcher for the $3 holla, and also appreciate Javante Turner for the $10 holla. We really appreciate you. Hey ho! It's a total of a $13 holla. Cash out your boys still if you like. But we're about to head out of here because I gotta get ready to go to work. But it always feels better, don't it, Cowboys fans, when you win the game, right? It always feels better when you beat a team, especially not a bummy team. Minnesota was not trash, but I don't think they were great either. But they were still a legitimate team as far as maybe possibly could have been a playoff team. I mean, they're not devoid of talent. They have been a winning organization the last few years. So, and Zimmer has got them boys right. So that was a legitimate win in my eyes. Let's come back this Thursday, get this Thanksgiving dub. But that food is always going to taste better, especially when we beat the Washington football team, because they're my most hated team. Philadelphia Eagles are my most annoying team. My most hated team is Washington, though. And I do not want to get swept by Washington. They're just not good. So we better come back strong and keep on showing that performance. But I think I'm going live with my dog, Cowboys fan talk, Mr. Roan. He said he was going to go nuts if we win this Minnesota game. He said he was going to go nuts. We might do a show tonight, depending. He said he's got some schoolwork, some exams. So I definitely respect that. And I got to work tonight. So we'll see how that goes. You know, the hype is going down tomorrow. The late night hype is going down tomorrow. We'll have our keys and talk about, this past performance, the last three performances. And then as we head and look towards Washington on Thursday with the short turnaround. Also, we got more guests coming. Y'all saw the explosive interview last week of Duke Manyweather. Shout outs to Duke for gracing us with this time. We're going to continue to bring the guests back popping, kind of slowed down a little bit, with the season going on. A lot of people are kind of spread thin, but we're looking to get some people back. I just had my guy, Dalton Miller, on my channel last week. He's pretty good. Dalton's pretty good, and I would definitely want to bring him back on whenever I could, because I like Dalton. Let's see how it goes. You know what I mean? If we win this division, cool. If we don't, it is what it is. My main thing, let's keep seeing this fight from our football team. Let's keep seeing this good young players playing. Let's continue to see maybe just a fight. The mantra is fight, finish the fight. I got tired of hearing that mantra because they were never finishing the fight. They were halfway finishing the fight. They were sometimes finishing it. They were never finishing the fight. So I got tired of hearing that. But I do like that word fight and keep fighting. And as long as these Cowboys are doing that, win or lose, I'm happy. If you go all out and give me a total effort and you end up losing in the end, you can't be mad at that. You don't like losing, but you can't be mad at that. So I think more wins are on the horizon as long as this team stays true to what it is, and as long as they keep that offensive line stable as it is, that's going to win some games. That's my opinion. Appreciate you, Eddie Thompson. Appreciate you. Must salutes. I'm humble with that thought. Humble. Appreciate you, big dog. I think I might put that up there. Your grandmother's fine china, those trendy sneakers. I'm gonna get this question. I don't know if I answered it, Vaughn, but he says, "What position on defense would you want to go with first, or do you still go with best player available?" I'm gonna say best player available for real, because that looked like it worked. It looked like it worked with our last draft. Best player available. Don't just strictly go for need. Go if you got a dynamic person and you can fit them in, work them in as you need to, because a dynamic player can do whatever you want. We've seen that with TJ Watt. They were like, he doesn't fit the system. But you saw it. Some players are good no matter what system it is. You get what I'm saying? So I say get the best player available. But I'm appreciate everybody that was in the feed. Appreciate my subs. Subscribe to Big Game James. Like, share. Gonna keep it popping. Keep on getting them interviews. I'm just mad about the COVID, because the COVID really stopped a lot of things that my traveling as far as games this year. I was definitely going to some games this year, but with that COVID just really messed it up. My Senior Bowl, I was going there this year, but I got racked up with this COVID. So, man, please let this COVID go away. Please stay healthy. Please take care of yourself. I just had a friend of mine who just got over COVID, so it is definitely real. But we got to get rid of this thing, man, because I want the normalcy back where we can go to games like normal, 80,000, 90,000, 100,000 at the games, and I can get back to traveling to go on these games. And it kills me I can't go to this Senior Bowl and get back to the combine and go to many as college football functions, or as much as I can, just to get that good work. So just really frustrated about the COVID. But we'll see. Mitch Daniel says, "What about Surtain as the first pick?" Yeah, I would love that, because you got another cornerstone corner that you build around. Then you got Donovan Wilson, looks okay. Diggs looks like a keeper, and then you pair a dog with Diggs, who's got good size as well. Both of them about 6'2". Hell yeah. But that remains to be seen. A lot can happen between now and draft time. So I'm not really jumping on that. That's almost 5 months down the line before we do that. And it's going to be in Cleveland. Please let there be people there, because that's right down my alley, and I can take my ass right to the damn draft and get it popping. So please get rid of this damn COVID. But let me get out of here. Appreciate all the love today. Appreciate the donations. Appreciate my subs being here, my mods being in here, my members being in here. Appreciate the love on Facebook. Good show. And we'll be talking to you soon. Like I said, we might be getting it in tonight with Cowboys Fan Talk. We'll see. But at the end of the day, Victory Monday. Cowboys win over the Minnesota Vikings. That's a great thing. 31-28. Let's go, Cowboys, and let's see what happens Thursday. We'll be talking to you soon. Check out the hype tomorrow for sure. Peace. I'm out.